ain't taking nothing but win.
What up, everybody? MondyE here, back with another edition of the Unscripted Sports Show. Tonight, I'll be talking about the MLB Trade Deadline, doing some grading for each team, all the teams that I'll be grading the trade deadline for all the teams, all 30 teams. So before we get started, there's some plugs. Remember to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell for all our shows on the Everything Unscripted Podcast Network. I just finished doing a live recording with my boys, Doug, Daniel, and Kenneth, over at the Wrestling 3 Years show. We did a tribute to Hulk Hogan, Halloween Hulk Hogan. So check that out in Wrestling 3 Years. It was a good tribute to the Hulkster. So yeah. And then listen to us tomorrow night on the When Teams Combine. It's the final show for the draft for the Animated on Anarchy series draft. The final draft, number 8. We have 9 left, so check that out tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube.com/When Teams Combine. And then the Stabcast with Mindy and Daniel on Sunday on the Stabcast, YouTube.com/Stabcast. And then subscribe to this Unscripted Sports Show. Help us get to 500 subs. Right now we're at 78. So yeah, help us like the video. Help us get to 500. That's the next goal. 500. So subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. Hit the notification bell. And yeah, so the MLB trade deadline was yesterday at 6 p.m. I did a live stream for about an hour and a half doing live reaction for some trades. Some trades went down all day. It was a great trade deadline, wild one. So I'm here to grade all 30 teams in their trade deadline saga. So this includes all the trades that went down in the trade from when Devers got traded to Boston, to San Francisco and all that. So all the trades have happened in the time period of the trade deadline, not just yesterday, but all week, and including Nick Devers trade that happened about a month ago. So I'll include that. So with that said, let me get this, share the screen. Let me do this one, right? Is it this one? Yeah, so wait, maybe I'll do this one. Well, that's too small. Nope. I think I have to do this one. Or this one. Or this one. So that said, let's start with Let's start, let's start with the NL. Let's start with this New York Mets. They got the New York Mets acquired some good players. They acquired two relievers and Cedric Mullins. They acquired Tyler Rogers, not Taylor, yeah, Tyler Rogers. They acquired Ryan Hazley from the Cardinals, Tyler Rogers from San Francisco, and the Cedric Mullins from the Orioles. And they gave up some hefty prospects. I think number 8, 10, 12, 14, and 17. I think they gave up like one, well, I think they gave up about 7 in the top 20, I think. So 8, 10, 12, 14, 17. No, 5 in the top. I think they five or 6 in the top 20, I believe. Maybe even like 7 in their top 30. But yeah, the New York Mets, I will give them an A because they did feel a need. They got two good relievers to go with Diaz, and they got Cedric Mullins, a veteran that can play in the outfield, good outfield for the good center fielder. The bat, maybe not so much, but the good center fielder to go in center field. And I'll give them an A, a solid A. So the way I'm gonna do this is left will be the A, and then in the middle, I'll announce what it is: A plus, or A minus. So right now, obviously, Mets are A. Chicago Cubs, I'm gonna give them a D. They didn't do anything great. They got Willie Castillo, good solid player. Um, Ironically, they got Tyler Rogers' brother after he got traded. He got traded twice in 24 hours. He got traded from Cincinnati to Pittsburgh, and then Pittsburgh traded him probably like 24 hours later, or less than 24 hours later, to the Cubs. So they got them. They also got, who else did they get? I don't think the Cubs did that great. I think they acquired somebody else, and I can't remember what else they got. I'm trying to find it. I think it's other notable deals. The Cubs acquired Will Castillo. Um, yeah, I don't think the Cubs did a great job. Tyler Rogers, and I think that's it for the Cubs. And the Cubs acquired Mike Seo. Let's see, Andrew from the Orioles. They acquired two relievers and a starter. They didn't acquire their needs. I think they did a bad job. I don't think they addressed all they needed. So yeah, so I'll give the Cubs a D. They didn't address what they needed, which is a starter and probably another hitter. I don't think they got that hitter. So yeah, I give them a D. I could give them an F, but at least they acquired something. Will Castillo, I think, is a good, solid player that could fill in the need when they need somebody. Let's go to the San Diego Padres, who had a hell of a day. I give them an A plus. So I'll put them ahead of the Mets because they give them an A plus. So it's A plus, then A, and then A, then A minus. So San Diego Padres get an A, even though they traded, their number 1 prospect, number 3 prospect. They acquired Mason Miller and JP Sears, and then they traded the Orioles. They got 2 hitters in that Ryan O'Hare and Ramon Riano. When they acquired two pitchers, a starter, a bullpen guy, and then they acquired two hitters. They acquired, and then they added a catcher from the Kansas City Royals, backup catcher from Kansas City, um, who was blocked by Salvador Perez, so he was never going to get everyday playing time. I think he's going to be the everyday catcher for uh, San Diego now. So yeah, they acquired him. They acquired, oh my God, they acquired a lot of players. That was just three trades right there, and I think they acquired more. I'm trying to look for it. Maybe I have to Google this. The San Diego trades. Boy, did they went. They went. Yeah. See, Padres add relief Ace Miller on deadline with 5 trades, 22 players on the move. It seemed like they made more deals than that. But yeah, they made the biggest deal. And they got Freddie Freeman from the Royals for starters. Yeah, so they acquired depth. They acquired their catcher. They acquired some hefty. So they trade their number 1, number 3, number 6, number 8, number 9, 13, 16, 17 prospects. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. They traded 8 prospects in the top 20. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 prospects altogether. But 8 of them were in the top 20. 8 of them were in the top 20. And 1, 2, and 4 of them were in the top 10. 2 of them were in the top 5. 3 of them were in the top 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 were in the top 15. So yeah, they went all in Padres. I'm gonna call them the all in Padres. Did they go all in or what? But I give them A plus because they addressed. Even though I don't think that it's gonna be turn out to be World Series or whatever, but they addressed. They added to their bullpen, which was already great. Which was already good anyway. But they addressed that. Now they have a closer, and they had a closer, and now he's going to be the setup guy. And they addressed their catcher. They addressed left field. Ramon Laureano is going to be in left field, and they addressed Ryan Jorge, who was another bat who come off the bench or play DH or play first base when Luis Arai needs a day off or something. Luis Arai can move to second. Man, they addressed every need they needed. Closer, and they added to it starting pitching. They added to their bench. They got their left fielder. They got their catcher. So the Padres get an A plus for me. I think they did a great job. Now let's go to the Pittsburgh Pirates, who didn't trade Keller. So that's a big down. They traded their third baseman in Hayes to the Reds. They traded David. They traded their closer to the Yankees. So I give Pittsburgh a C. Let me see. I think they got pretty decent prospects. Yeah, I think they got the number 8 and number 14 prospects respectively. They did a decent job, so I give them a C. Let's go to the Philadelphia Phillies. Acquired Harrison Banner and Duran from his name Duran. I call him Duran. Duran. Um, hold on. Let me. They acquired Duran on a late Wednesday night. About late Wednesday night. They acquired Duran, and then yesterday afternoon they acquired Harrison Banner from the Twins. So they traded with the Twins twice. Good solid bat. Played for the Mets last year. Killed the Phillies in the playoffs. So now he's on our team. So I'm glad it wasn't the guy that we all wanted, but I think it's a solid bat. I think it's better than people are making it out to be. It's better than what we have in left field. Let's be real. I'm gonna give the Phillies a B plus. No, a solid B. I'm giving them a solid B. So yeah. Let's go to the San Francisco Giants. They acquired Devers, and then after that, they fell apart and they became sellers. So I'm gonna give them a C because they did get Devers, but then they got. I'll give them a C because they did get some solid pitchers, solid guys from. I say I give them a B because they got some solid guys, solid prospects from the Yankees for Udovo, and then solid prospects from the Mets for Tyler Rogers. So I give them a B or a B minus. I mean B minus. I give the Giants a B minus. The Dodgers didn't make that splash, but they did get some. They got a reliever from the Twins, solid guy from the Twins. What was it? What is his name? Uh, they got some solid guys from the Twins. They got Stewart and they got a call from the Nats. So I'm gonna be harsh on the Dodgers. I'm gonna give them a C because I think they got a good pitcher. So I'm gonna give them a C plus. Good pitcher in what's his name? In the Stewart from the Twins, and then a good solid bat for outfield depth in call. So give them a C. It wasn't a big splash, but I don't think it's good enough to be B. So I give them a C plus. Milwaukee Brewers. I give them a D too because they didn't address anything that they needed. So I give them a D. They didn't address anything they needed. Then they got. Let me see. They made 3 deadline deals. They got Danny Jensen from the Royal Rays, Brendan Lockridge from the Padres, Cortez and Cash. That's about it. And then Brewers, Silver Miller and Jordan Montgomery from the D-backs. Okay, maybe I'm being a little harsh. No, maybe I'll give Milwaukee a C minus. So right there. So C plus, C, and C minus. Now the Washington Nationals. I'll give them a. What did they trade? Traded Alex Call. They didn't really do anything. So I'll give them a D. Nothing to talk about there, really. They traded Alex Call, and I think no, they traded Kyle Ferguson. That's right. I think they got some good prospects there. I'll give them a D. Arizona Diamondbacks. They didn't trade Zach Gallen. They traded Suarez. They traded Martin Kelly. I'll give them I'll give them a B because they got prospects. Let me see. I want to see what prospect they got. You got the number 5 prospect from number 9. Okay. Number 13. Okay. And Suarez. I don't know what they got for Suarez, but I think they got. I think they got a pretty good deal for Suarez. So I'll give Arizona a B. Solid B. When I give San Francisco, I give them I give the Phillies a B. I give San Francisco B minus. I think. Yeah, I think I give them a B minus. So I'll just go with that. I think I give them. I'll just whatever. St. Louis. Trade Ryan Harris. Lee got a good deal there. That's it. So I'll give them C, C plus, C, and C minus. So I'll give them a C. The Reds, I'll give them a B minus. So I'll give them a B minus. They got some good solid players. It's Hayes from the Pirates. They got a pitcher from the Rays. So I think they did a pretty good job. Rockies, not much. I give them an F. Marlins, they traded Sanchez. I think that's about it. They traded. Give them a D. I think that's it for them. No Braves didn't do much, and Nats didn't do anything that I can remember. So let's go to the National League. I mean American League. Let's start with the Detroit Tigers. Got solid 4 good guys, relievers. I'm gonna give them an A minus. They did a pretty good, solid job in this deadline. Got some good players, if I remember correctly. Let's see. They made 4 good trades. They added Ferguson. They added Hazard. Ramped their bullpen. Morton. I think they did a pretty good job. So I'll give them an A minus. No, A plus, A, and A minus so far. Let's go with the Cleveland Guardians. They didn't trade Cease. Not Cease. They didn't trade Quan. They didn't trade it anybody significant. Did they? They traded Shane. They traded Toronto. That's right. So a I'll give them a C minus or a C. Let's see. The White Sox, they didn't trade Roberts. They didn't trade anybody significant. I'll give them an F. The Rays had a weird deadline. They traded a guy to the Yankees, and then they didn't trade, and then they traded their starter, and then they traded for they kept their starter. They traded some pitchers. 7 deals. They made 7 trades. Damn. I didn't realize they made 7 trades. They traded Jose to New York for depth and outfielder. Then they acquired Hauser from okay, right, different Jack and the retired. Okay, that's right. So for the Rays, I gave them a B minus. I give them a C. I give them a high C. The Angels, they got they got 2 relievers, but does it really move the needle? No, I give them a C. C, so C plus, C minus, C minus, C minus. I think it was. Yeah, I gave these guys C minuses. Yankees, I gave them an A, solid A. So San Diego's A plus, Mets were A, Detroit was A minus, and the Yankees are A. I'm trying to put this in order where A plus, and or A plus A and then A minus, but I don't quite remember what I did, but yeah, they're in that category. Kansas City Royals, I think they did an okay job. I give them a C plus with the Dodgers, so they have a C plus with the Dodgers. Houston Astros acquired Correa back, and they didn't get any starters. So with that said, I have to give them a B minus. They're taking on that contract, even though they got Correa back. I give them a B minus along with Cincinnati and San Francisco. If I did give San Francisco C minus, I mean B minus. Red Sox, they didn't get the starter they needed. They acquired Dustin May. Then it moved the needle for me. As the Red Sox are my second team, so I'll give them a C minus. The Orioles, they got some good prospects after they traded Ramon and Cedric. They got some good prospects after the farm system. So I'll give them a B, solid B. I'm not saying I have any B pluses yet. Toronto Blue Jays got a good starter. They got good starter. Then they got Blue Jays. I want to say they made another trade, but I don't think they. And then they acquired time. They didn't do anything after they got him. I'm gonna give the J the B plus. But they did get a good solid starter if he can recover, if he can be what he was in Cleveland. So I'll give them a B plus. Twins, they got some prospects. They made a lot of trades, so I'm gonna give them a B plus too. Because they got some prospects. They got Correa off the books. They got Jack. They traded Jack. They traded two of their best, three of their best, probably four of their best relievers. But they got some prospects. They got some prospects. Let's see. Twins. Let me see if but they acquire some prospects. So I'm gonna see. They got some. They traded 10 players and 40% of their, that's remarkable. But they got some good prospects, if I remember correctly. Let me see. And they got Correa off the books. Here we go. We got Tate from the Phillies, number 4. They got, share this one for a sec. Mick Abel, number 6 from the Phillies. I got Rays from number 7. Number 16 from the Cubs. I don't want to say it was their 16, but 20th from, okay. It had some good, yeah. They were busy. They were a busy team. I'll give them props. I give Twins B plus. Texas Rangers. They got some good players, including Martin Kelly. I'll give them a B plus too. The Seattle Mariners, just like the San Diego Padres, big get. Suarez, they had Nate, uh, so I give them an A, not an A plus. Since San Diego won the deadline, so I give them an A too. And the Oakland A's, or not Oakland A's, Sacramento A's or Athletics, whatever you want to call them, they got some prospects, including number 3 prospect in the San Diego system. So by getting that, I give them a B plus. With that said, that's it. We got 3 Fs. Colorado, Ravens, and White Sox didn't do much. Cubs, Washington, Marlins, D. Cubs, I'm disappointed. Deadline, Royals C plus, Dodgers C plus, Rays C, Angels C, Pirates C, and then Guardians, Cardinals, Brewers, and Red Sox. So C minus. I might be wrong with that because I made it done something else. But A's, get a B plus. Rangers B plus. Blue Jays B plus. Twins B plus. Phillies B. Arizona B. Orioles B. Giants B minus. Cincinnati B minus, and Astros B minus. San Diego B A plus. The only A plus here. Seattle Mets and Yankees all A's, solid A's, and Detroit A minus. So yeah, that's the end of the deadline. And I have nothing else. I'll be back Monday for recap of the weekend and like great rankings. Power rankings 15, week 17. So that said, MondyE is out. And remember to subscribe, like our shows in the Everything Unscripted Podcast Network. Subscribe to Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple. Our shows are in there. Everything Unscripted Podcast Network feed, Wrestling Through the Years podcast feed, and the Unscripted Sports Show feed. Unscripted Sports Show feed are on there. So that said, later guys, have a good weekend and see you Monday.